started. So, what is up? I am Ross Cessna. This is a mystical development meetup. The general purpose of this is to share a set of tools that I think are incredibly helpful for people to apply on a regular basis. And it's to help people get a better awareness of what they're feeling and thinking and kind of just create space to rest and relax and give ourselves some self-care as well. Generally, there's a little bit more involved to this process than what I'm going to do tonight. I hurt my back, as I had mentioned earlier, and I don't want to put any more pressure on it, right? Now, one of the things that I've been doing is drawing tarot cards for this. That has changed, and we look at the tarot cards that are associated with this time period. Not so much for fortune telling, but just to look at the concepts that they're discussing and see how they apply to our own lives. We're no longer going to kind of have the meditation focused on that, but you can still bring it in there if anything comes up that you might need to address. So, because we just had the spring equinox yesterday, that actually shifts into the next 3 months. We're kind of in the energy of the following two cards, the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So, the Ace of Pentacles in this upcoming season represents the fertile soil for planting our boldest ambitions. And simultaneously, the Page of Pentacles describes developing the practical skills needed to nurture our dreams to the next phase of their development. This is a period of time for new hope, new beginnings, and a clear understanding of what actions we need to undertake to move forward. And this time period, like I had said, will last from March 21st through June 20th. Think of it this way: spring is when you plant new seeds, a little bit early for actually planting things outdoors, but you can plant new concepts into your mind during this time and nurture them over the coming months. Um, Additionally, we are just moved into a new astrological sign roughly today. I'm not sure on the precise movement, but we're entering Aries. Aries is represented by both the Emperor card and the Tower card. So the Tower card represents a warning of imminent collapse, like some structure is falling away. However, not all destruction is terrible, especially when we let that which no longer serves us fall away to get a more detailed look at our lives' foundations, right? For a lot of us, we had a certain way of adapting to life during the winter that now that life is opening up more because of warmer weather and then also more people getting vaccinated and stuff like that, we're probably going to need to adapt some of our routine and see what works and what will no longer work going forward. Um, and a good question to ask yourself is kind of what is destabilizing you, if anything, at this time? And will you let it go? Can you let it go? Once we've kind of stabilized our base, we move into the Emperor card, which is really about building new structure on top of that. Like once we're stable, we can build new habits and things that fulfill us towards our deepest desires. And then lastly, and then we'll kind of get into the actual exercises. This next like 9 days is relative to the Two of Wands. So this would be March 21st through March 30th. And there's kind of a twofold message for you here because twos are about duality. So, on one hand, it's a reminder to take stock of what you have accomplished over the last year. In older calendars, Aries was actually a sign of the new year. So, this is actually a time of like reflecting on what's transpired over the past year. Like, what have you accomplished? And then on the other hand, it's reminding you to set some new goals for yourself because it's about ambition, right? And when we reflect upon what we've accomplished, it actually makes it seem and it makes what may seem impossible to us now seem more tangible, because a lot of what we've actually accomplished in our lives at one point probably seemed impossible, but yet we've done it. So it's kind of like storing a little bit of goodwill going forward. And since you have evidence you've completed more than you once thought you could, savor that and get back to work on whatever you might be wanting to accomplish. And to condense that long diatribe of information, I have a couple bullet points. Honor what you've accomplished, let go of what no longer serves you. Save your victories for rainy days. Have that little cookie jar when you need a piece of of motivation or inspiration. And remember, bigger things are possible for you if that's what you want. And bigger things can be as happy or as simple as just being happy, right? It doesn't have to be any extravagant acquisition of things. So, anyhow, normally I would switch the camera and we would go to a full scale view of the room so we could do the different positions. Like I had said, I hurt my back. We're going to stick to sitting down this time. And normally we start by picking our foot up like this and one of our hands, and you're just going to want to rotate and kind of crunch and flex these. This is just to shake out any tension or toughness there. Go back, do it on the other side now, or do it the other direction, I'm sorry. Now we'll do it on the other side. Okay, that's just a nice, simple little warm up. For the next one, we're going to take our hands like this, interlock your fingers, place your hands behind your head, but don't really push on your head and like don't make it so you're leaning forward. It sounds confusing. I'm sure you'll get it. And we're going to inhale and then lean to my right, your left. Exhale, come back up. Inhale. And then one more. Come back to center. Set your hands down for a second. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. And then again, interlace your fingers, bring them up behind your head, and you're going to breathe in and turn to the right. Breathe out, center. Breathe in, turn to the left. Breathe out, center. In. And then bring your hands down to your knees again. And just feel the effects of that. I always notice a pretty big difference after doing that. Next thing we're going to do is take a deep breath in, then breathe out and lower your chin to your chest. Breathe in, lift your head up. Breathe out, lower your head down. Breathe in, lift your head up. Breathe out and down. Breathe in, head up. Breathe out and down. Come back to center. And you're going to breathe in and then turn your head to whatever direction feels comfortable. Breathe out. Go back the other direction. Breathe in. Breathe in one more time. And out. Other direction. Bring your head back to center now. And we're going to do some neck circles. So breathe in, and you can start by going clockwise if you like. Just find a nice, even rhythm with your breath here. Then go back the other way. Excuse me for yawning. And come back to center. Now we'll do some eye exercises, and we start by breathing in and looking up. And I would suggest keeping your eyes shut for this. Breathe out, look down. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and down. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and down. Come back to center. And you are going to breathe in, look to your left. Breathe out, look to your right. Breathe in to the left. Breathe out to the right. Breathe in to the left. And breathe out to the right. Then we will do some eye circles. Look up, and then just go clockwise to start. Again, find a nice rhythm with your breath. And we're going to now go counterclockwise. This is one of those things that when I first heard about it, I thought it was really weird, but it's good to stretch your eyes, and then with how much we use our eyes for looking at screens and stuff, it's probably even more important now than ever. The next thing we are going to do is I got to move my meditation cushion out from underneath me. Stretch your leg out in front of you. Lean into it as much as you can. Be gentle with yourself here. I'm being a little bit more gentle than normal just because of the back issue. The main thing is just lean in and kind of breathe. And then when you feel that you stretched it out enough, stretch out your other leg. Bring this foot up into your arm like this. You're just going to rock it a little bit. Then take your forearm, put it on the ground, and you're just going to gently kind of rock back on this area, right on the butt. We store a lot of stress there. I'm actually pretty limber there this week, which is surprising. Bring that other leg that you had just stretched out, bring it in and keep the, it's my left leg, what other leg you brought out, keep that one stretched out and kind of lean into it. Again, being gentle, not forcing anything. And then when you are ready, bring it back up and just rock it back and forth. Then bring your forearm down to the ground. And again, just try to massage and rock that area as best you can. Come back up to a seated position, and take your feet, put them together so your legs are kind of like this, and just flutter your legs here a little bit. And with that said, I like to do more exercise than this to get us in the right state of mind, but the back issues are preventing that. So we're just going to get into the meditation. I think one of the things that we'll do that's a little bit different is first, we're just going to come to stillness. And to do that, just sit here and focus on your breathing for a bit. And you're not trying to control your breath. Just bring awareness to your breath. And pay attention to the natural rhythm of your breath. Is it naturally quick and shallow? Is it quick and deep? Slow and shallow? How would you identify your breathing? Now that you probably have some awareness of what your current natural pattern is, we're going to do some box breathing. And that's where we will breathe in for 4 seconds. You can adjust the number as needed. Um, then you pause for 4 seconds. It's not like a forced retention, it's just not letting it out. Um, then you exhale for 4 seconds, and then you wait another 4 seconds before you inhale. So we'll do it this way: breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause, and then continue that to your own rhythm. And I'll give you a couple more minutes to complete the cycle that you're on right now. One good thing about box breathing is it can really calm you down in any scenario. It's also called Navy SEAL breathing because they use it to induce a state of calm. When you're breathing like that, it signifies to your body that everything is okay. Um, so you're naturally inducing a state of relaxation. The next thing that we are going to do is keep your eyes closed and just focus on the sounds outside of the room that you might hear, whether it be birds chirping, maybe your neighbor is a little bit overzealous and already running their lawnmower. Um, I don't know what they'd be cutting at this point, but just notice the sounds outside, but don't try to identify them. Just observe them. Now, bring your awareness into uh, the room that you're in and listen to the sounds that might be on the outer fringes of the room. And again, just bring them to awareness. Bring your attention in even closer now and just listen to the rhythm of your own breath. On your next inhale, notice the coolness entering your nostrils. And on your next exhale, notice the warmth as the breath leaves your nostrils. And on the next cycles of breath, pay attention to where you personally feel the breath the most. For some of you, it might be in your throat, it might be in your shoulders as you fill up, in your stomach as you release. Just notice where you personally feel your breath the most. Take another deep inhale and then exhale. On your next inhale, I want you to focus on the air entering your mouth, going down your throat into the top of your chest, into the middle of your stomach, and then down into your abdomen. So we're going to breathe in. And then when you exhale, focus on the air, leaving your abdomen, entering your chest, leaving the chest, leaving the throat, and out of the mouth. And we'll do that for 2 more times. So breathe in. And now we're going to do a body scan. I'm going to name a body part. Just bring it to your attention. Say the name in your mind and bring it into focus. We're going to move quickly, and we always start with the right side. Right hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, palm, wrist, forearm, bicep, shoulder, side, hip, thigh, kneecap, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, the whole right side of the body, the whole right side of the body. Left hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, palm, wrist, forearm, bicep, shoulder, side, hip, thigh, kneecap, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, the whole left side of the body, the whole left side of the body, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, right eye, left eye, nose, lips, cheeks, teeth, tongue, chin, jaw, neck, right collarbone, left collarbone, heart, upper abdomen, lower abdomen, the whole body. The whole body is relaxed. Now we're going to count down from 10 to 0, and I will start off and then you will count down the rest of the way. And we are going to breathe in 10, breathe out 10, breathe in 9, breathe out 9, and carry on till you get to 1. If you lose track, just start over from 10. And now just kind of come into stillness again. And I want you to focus on your strengths. Think of 3 assets that you have. Think of 3 things that you do well or that you really excel at. And if you can't think of 3, I'll help you with one. You excel at selling yourself short. And I say that tongue in cheek. Sometimes it's hard, especially if we don't acknowledge our strengths often enough. And before we move forward, just run through those 3 things that you do well one more time. Now, this next one, I want you to focus on just one weakness. What is one weakness that has been impacting you the most, that you can start to take action on? Just one weakness. And for some of us, we're going to think that maybe we don't have any. And for others of us, we'll think that all we see is weaknesses. But you just have to find one. And this isn't meant to beat yourself up over, it's just acknowledging that you can improve in this area. And then also understand that improving in this area doesn't have to be all or nothing. There can be gradual progress. It doesn't have to happen overnight. And bring that weakness to mind one more time. And let it go. Now, think of what your ambitions are. What would you like to accomplish? What is a motivating factor in your life right now? Again, what would you like to see happen, or what would you like to accomplish? Now, move on to your needs. What do you need right now? Are you hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? That's a little thing that Bill and I were talking about earlier. Your needs can be simple. It can be more rest. It can be needing a cheeseburger. Um, just what do you need? What do you need in this moment? This next part might be tricky. I want you to envision a person who you find challenging. Um, doesn't have to be somebody you know personally. Can be somebody that you see on TV that you find frustrating. Can be the person who cut you off on the highway that you're still upset about. Just somebody who you have a challenging relationship with. And what I want you to do is send them loving kindness. And that may be challenging to do, right? Um, but just send them kindness. And I want you to notice how that feels once you get past the initial discomfort that you may feel of sending kindness to somebody who may have actually done wrong to you. What does that sense of forgiveness and kindness actually feel like? How does that make you feel? Next, I'd like you to send loving kindness to yourself. Um, Unconditional as well. Just receiving love and kindness because you deserve loving kindness. All of us do. Sometimes this is more challenging than sending it to the person that we're most upset with or that we find challenging. Send yourself loving kindness, no matter how difficult it may be. Now, I'd like you to think of the week that you have coming up ahead, and I want you to set an intention. It can be about whatever you want. What's your intention for the week ahead? What energy or attitude would you like to bring? What would you like to accomplish? It can be whatever you want. Um, just pick one intention, though. And now I'd like you to kind of live out what applying that intention would feel like. Visualize yourself in a scenario where you would be living out that intention. And while it may take practice, physically see yourself in that situation, feel yourself. Um, what does the environment look like? How do you feel emotionally? Make it as real as you can. Now, I'd like you to think of a spiritual principle that might be able to help you actualize that intention. And while I can't run over all of the spiritual principles, some common examples would be patience, would be honesty, integrity. Generally, spiritual principles are examples of our highest ways of being in challenging situations. And if you've identified that, I'd like you to set that as a goal to pair with your intention to act on that principle. And before we enter a period of silent meditation, um, I'd like you just to express gratitude, A, for yourself for showing up, and B, to whatever you believe is out there, if it's if it's God, universe, or even just we're just all a matter of biology. Just express gratitude for the present moment to whatever seems appropriate. To close this meditation, we will sit in silence for several minutes. And now you can slowly start wiggling your toes and fingers. Keep your eyes closed. Move your wrists, your ankles. Rub your palms together. Build up some warmth there. Gently place your hands over your closed eyes briefly. Take a deep breath in and slowly open your eyes. And for those of you who are watching this video, after the recorded version of it, we are now going to have a off-air discussion. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope that you found this helpful, and you can join us for the discussion at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when this event starts every Sunday, and the information should be in the description. We hope to have you join us sometime. And with that said, have a blessed evening.